Yeah, it's 100% beef. Yeah. Let's play my lyrics. If you don't want spoilers to my music, the ACP, link in the description is the full EP. So you can listen to the EP before I talk about it. Anyway. Yeah. Alright. So this instrumental. Alright, I'm gonna cut that now. I don't usually dress like that. So I made an Asexuality EP. This EP was my experiences of coming out as an asexual and all the feelings that go around it. Not many people have made an EP dedicated to that, and I decided to do it. I didn't know what the orientation was 2 months before I came out, but when I found out, like, it just clicked in my head, and I'm like, this really fits what I'm going through. Of course, before it clicked, there was a lot of struggles of, am I bisexual? Am I bi-curious? I was trying to figure out where I was. And when I really thought about it, and I was asking my caseworker, she was like, yeah, you sound like you fit more into the asexual spectrum. So, and after she said that and affirmed me, I ran with it. It fit more. It fit me better than anything else. That's for sure. And choose what fits you. And yeah, I was just so confused at the time. You know what I mean? It just was like, where I always knew, like, in my back of my mind, like, I wasn't 100% straight, like, something was off about me, and I'll explain later as we go through the lyrics, but it's just, trying to figure out your sexuality can be stressful. It really can, because, trying to fit in boxes is really stressful, and I hope that as, the sexuality is more an open orientation, that this music helps some people, that, like it helped me get out all my questions and confusion, because it's still a confusing orientation. There's whole Facebook groups dedicated to people explaining it. I know there's an asexual, asexualize my asexual life. She's really nice. She has a channel dedicated to just answering people's questions. And my point is, like, I just want to do something really different. This EP, I'm sure there's more asexual albums and EPs out there. I haven't seen anyone do it, and I wanted to do it. And the risk of that is not too many people know about what asexuality is. And, I had to explain it a lot of times, not only in my music, but in real life. And, yeah, like I said, I'm not blaming them for not knowing, because I found out 2 months before I came out what it was. So, anyway, the intro was about is playing my cards right. Let's talk about the instrumental first. And it was I got a comment that the the instrumental was chill. And hey, if you want the the instrumental to feel chill to you, that's perfectly fine. I just it was the total opposite of what I was going for, but music is to help the listener in however they want to have it fit. So if they wanted to look at the beat as chill, then that's good. That's great. I'm glad they enjoyed. But as an artist, I'm like, that's not quite the message I had in mind. I mean, the instrumental I made at a time when I had conflicting emotions in me. So, I I made it sound like, part of it was relief in it. The do 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 do, that part was a little happier, but in the background, if you notice, it was more, I felt it wasn't chill. I thought it was more, you know, like ominous, like, something's a little off here. Welcome to the ACP. That was a feeling that I wanted to address. I'm feeling better, but in the back of my head, there's like the instrumental helped with the unanswered questions that were going on. I said that I made this EP. It's called the ACP. That's the actual title. But I said I made it to help others, but ultimately, number one, I made it to help myself, going through all these different emotions, and that's why I decided to make it. It was just a plus that it was something different. What I mean? From then that was even better. I got to get off my chest what I had to say, and at the same time, I felt like I was innovating. The with the topics that I was coming with, innovating the game a little bit. I mean, I'm a small part. But thank you so much for the 500 subscribers. I'm on my way. You know what I mean? But compared to the whole game, I don't think I play a huge part. You know what I mean? like 50 Cent says, "Beef, you don't want none. Play your part, son. You're a small person in this game," or something like that. That was before I even started rapping. So relationships are like a career choice, stressful, and I don't have a clear voice. That's so true. I'm autistic too, so this applies to my autism because I feel like relationships are treated so seriously nowadays because some girls, not all of them, some of them want to get married, have kids, this, get it done, get it done, get it done. And I'm over here, I'm like, I just want to chill out. There was one song that I wrote, a while back that explains it perfectly. She's gonna want a family. I want a girlfriend to hold, meaning I just want to hang out with them and have a girlfriend, pretty much. And granted, women only have so much time before they can't physically have a baby anymore, and that's why some women that want to rush things, just want a baby, uh, before it's too late. So that's a real fear, and I'm sympathetic to that, but at the same time, it's it's scary for men to just settle, some men anyway, to settle down that quickly. You know what I mean? So everyone is different on the asexuality spectrum. Some people don't like to be held, but I just said that so back then I didn't come out, so I'm like, alright, I'll just add that in there so it's more relatable there, for some other people. I just wanted a girlfriend, you know what I mean? But wanting something and then having it and maintaining the relationship is different. I feel inadequate because I don't work, and some girls, not all girls, some girls want to get married and, have children, and I'm not ready for that. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm always stuck in level one, you know? You know how Friends' theme song is always stuck in second gear? My life, I feel like I'm stuck in the first gear. I'm stuck in my house, my parents' house. I don't have a job. I don't, I'm autistic, so some of the stuff doesn't help. And, dating is stressful too because uh, because of my autism, it's stressful because I take relationships too seriously, and so if other people are taking it seriously, it doesn't help me at all. It makes it worse. But I want someone that takes it serious enough. You know what I mean? It just scares me. Forever, forever. It's a done deal. Forever, get married. That's one you're having kids with. It's like, no, let's take it easy, take it easy. Eagles song. I've been listening to that a lot. Um, you know, if you're rushing relationships and all that, is a good song. But anyway, man, I also relate to my asexuality because if I'm not ready for sex and they want sex, I don't have a clear voice. Also, I'm inadequate. I feel like that plays on before. I'm inadequate, not having a job or whatever, and them forcing me into a life I don't want to live, and just so we can have a family. I'm not into that. But also, not having a clear voice, like explaining them I'm asexual. I'm not ready for that, or I don't want that. You know what I mean? And they'll be like, huh? They won't understand, and then they'll pack and leave anyway. So it's like I'm screwed all around, Like actually, I'm not screwed, but you know what I'm saying. Because I'm screwed if I get married and all that, but I'm screwed if I don't. I know it's black and white thinking, but screwed if you do, screwed if you don't. Something I always tear up and avoid. Being asexual ain't fear or hearts I destroy. I'm saying that asexuality is a orientation. It just so happens to be that I'm also scared of dating, and I get in a relationship and then back out of it because I'm scared. And I've heard a lot of people doing that, and I'm sorry. So that's why I'm choosing wisely now. I'm not just. I used to hop into so many relationships, in high school. Now I'm choosing very, very closely who I date now that I get older, that I want to seriously further a relationship with. And that's normal. I think everyone did that. I'm just saying, like I said, asexuality isn't not wanting to date people. There's more to it than that. In my case, there's both, but there's some asexuals that aren't even scared of dating, and they're out there dating people. So that's why I'm trying to make that distinction there. Yeah. Making out's void of nothingness, biromantic, but I feel it if you want to kiss. Making out avoids a void of nothingness. Yeah, I'd kiss girls, but when it went to the next level, it'd get awkward. So every single one, I that's I consider kissing to be romantic because think of all the cartoons that they allow characters to kiss on screen on a kids program. That's romantic. Usually making out isn't shown on kids television. Total Drama Island, you're an exception, but you got away with a lot. A lot. Total Drama Island. But you know what I'm saying. That's why their rating was PG instead of all the other cartoons. So yeah, I believe that kissing is romantic. So um, I say biromantic, but I feel if you want to kiss, I say I feel it if you kiss me. Biromantic means um, I'm romantically attracted to girls and guys. And I don't know yet about guys. If never kissed a guy before, I like to give it a try one time. I don't want to. It's scary because I don't want to lead anyone on. And it's like I was never able to like just coming out as biromantic. I never I never experienced anything like that with a guy. So it's hard, but it's whatever. If it happens, it happens. If not, it's whatever. So, but yeah, that's that's what that line means. Lines. Anyway, sexual situations scary like The Shining. Autism got me behind on my timing. Discovering Ace like a late assignment. So, I just Googled scary movies and added Shining to that. That helped with the alliteration. I did not mean to make the alliteration. It just happened. But it worked out nicely. Then the next two lines go together. Autism got me behind on my timing. Discovering Ace like a late assignment. So when you when you discover a late assignment, what do? You have to rush to figure it all out, right? Well, that's what I came out at 23, so I feel like I had to rush to figure it out, um, because it was driving me crazy. Uh, Discovering Ace like a latest wait, autism got me behind on my timing. I really truly believe that autism held me back a little bit from discovering my asexuality. If I wasn't as autistic, I might have discovered it because it has to do with you know definitely interacting. Sex has to do with interacting with people. You know what I mean? Then again, I might not. You know, I'm not saying every asexual person is autistic, but a lot of them tend to. If you're autistic, you tend to be asexual. There's a trend there. And it's not every single autistic person is asexual, and not every asexual is autistic. But, you know, not like being touched is an autistic trait, but also it's an asexual trait. So, yeah. Being young doesn't define it. Being ace is all in alignment. Yeah, I'm inexperienced. I'm always reminded. So just because I'm young doesn't mean, I'm young and inexperienced. Yes, I'm a virgin. That that doesn't mean, you know, it just I'm just not experienced with it. Because honestly, it's either you have sexual attraction or not. Asexual people can enjoy sex, but it's the fact that people asexual is a lack of sexual attraction. So you know, you, there's a stimulus uh, in your genitals that allows you to enjoy it. It's a physical, but for asexual people, they don't have the sexual attraction where they go and want to do that. So yeah, I mean, it's it was definitely confusing for me for a while, so I don't blame people, and I'm sorry if I sounded condescending later uh, in the track. I apologize for it in the next song, but yeah. Why is my foreplay so challenging? You're straight, you found a kink, you bi, you checked out him and winked. Then I'm gay because I'm not allowed to think. I'm asexual. Jeez. Jeez, Billy. That was the inner turmoil of myself. But it sounds a little bit like I'm asking somebody else and being a little upset with someone else. But it was actually for myself an inner turmoil when I was trying to figure out I was asexual, if that makes sense. At the same time, I was a little frustrated with some of my friends that didn't quite understand. But again, I'll say it again. 2 months before I found out what asexuality was, I had no clue. So, the checked him out and winked part is about finding a cute guy, uh, in the parking lot of Walmart. And I didn't wink, but I was definitely memorized there, mesmerized. So, there's it was it's hard for me, to I to like fit in things in boxes because I always think outside the box. I don't believe that you know for example, I don't believe there are good and bad people. I think everyone's on the spectrum, and everyone has situations where and reasons why they do things. That's why I think that way. I don't think there's black and white. I always think that there's more to it. So like trying to fit myself into a label was really difficult, but I figured out, you don't have to fit exactly into that. Well, we'll get to that where I say that. But anyway, man. Yeah, wow. I talked a lot about the first one. We got 4 more to go. Playing my cards right was the title. It goes with the fact that I was trying to figure myself out. Playing my cards right, where do I fit? What's the best move? And then the next song is called 52 Card Pickup, which means I completely dropped everything with how much I was trying to figure myself out with. And, as let me just let my homie It's a Rapio explain it.
If any of y'all got dads that like dad jokes, tell dad jokes, then when you was a kid, he probably played this game with you. 52 pickup. It's like, you want to play 52 pickup? He's got a deck of cards in his hand. Of course I want to play 52 pickup. What the fuck is that? Flaps them all on the floor. 52 pickup. Pick them all up.
And that was a metaphor with the trying to play my cards right, and everything just fall flat on the floor, because there were so many times where I figured it out and then I'd self-doubt myself, and I completely it mess up my psyche again. So, and every title on this is a play on words with cards, and I'll explain more later, but let's get into this. Now, this instrumental was, I made it. I made all these instrumentals, but I made this one, it sounded happier than it was. Maybe a little bit was a bit sad, but it actually does sound chill with this one. It's, I don't know, but I knew when I was creating this, I was creating it to make it sound like I was feeling. And, it part of it does later sound upset, And if it comes back to me, I'll let you guys know.
I used to believe sexuality was private. I would cringe when that wasn't quiet. I never cared, just thought it was obnoxious. Still coming out, talking about being ace, I could not quit.
Okay, so the song's about, seeing where I fit into the LGBTQIA plus community. And, if I share the same opinions, if I don't, will they, invalid me? I was just really insecure. And this first line expresses that, I used to think that sexuality was private and people shouldn't talk about it. Then again, I grew up in the country where that was a thing, no one cared. There's going to be a few assholes, but mostly no one cared about what you did or didn't. Whether you're straight or gay or whatever, just keep it behind closed doors and then we're all good. But when I discovered that I was asexual, I totally shattered my opinion on it, because being asexual, not too many people know what that is. And if there's more people talking about it and discussing it, the kids that are trying to come out as something won't struggle as much and have someone to relate to. Whether you're trying to come out as gay or bi or whatever, something else other than straight. And, I used to think it was, a quiet matter until I realized, if I would have had someone to look up to that talked about these issues, I would have figured myself out more sooner. And it's, it just depends on the situation. Because when I say talking about ace, I could not quit, that's the problem. See, there's moderation with everything. After this whole review is done, I'm gonna rarely talk about being asexual, because I found out that if I go too far with it, that pushes people away. And it's like, I'm not here to push anyone away with the way I am. But when I came out, I was so excited to be out and so relieved that I was saying it so many times. And it's so funny, because I remember I used to cringe when that was quiet. That was the lyric, because I used to be that person, someone out is saying, I'm gay 20 frickin' times. Well, I became that person saying I'm asexual 20 frickin' times. And it's like, I totally understand now. I totally understand it. And it's like, hey, I'm sorry if, like me saying that, you look at me differently. But honestly, opinions change over time, and we'll get to that. I don't mean any disrespect. I never meant any disrespect. Deep down, I didn't care. I didn't care. I just thought that, I didn't understand it. And when you don't understand something, you can get annoyed with it. So that's what happened. And yeah, so all respect to everybody. Be what you want. Honestly, I always believed that. Be what you want. But that was one thing that I didn't quite understand back then.
Now all I wanna do is force it in conversations. Now I understand it's great validation. I'm excited to be out, fuck a vacation. I found out that coming out's a celebration.
See, like I said, moderation. I still think, I got so excited to be out. It felt great. It was a great relief, and I couldn't stop talking about it. And I forced it in conversations, but, at some point you gotta find moderation so you're not constantly talking about it, because it will annoy some of your audience, and I found that out.
I put on Facebook, not on my bio on Instagram. Don't know my sexuality before they ever been my friend. My I'm the same person, I'm no different, man. I'm scared of the small talk, I'm not getting in your pants.
It's also scary to think that people will know you for your sexuality before they know you as a person. But like I said, I'm still kind of looking for someone so that understands what I go through. You know, even though I'm not really saying it, I don't know. That was just something that I wanted to do when I came out. You know, just do it. You know, just you know, it was one of those things people that come out do, and I thought, yeah, so it's just I did it. It's still there. A is the prefix that means without, and then sex. You know, so without sex, asexual. It's a scary thing. I have it on my Facebook, but I don't have it on my Instagram and Twitter, where I do just more of my rap and YouTube stuff. I don't want to keep. I want to keep those separate, but I was thinking about taking it off of my Facebook because I don't know. It just doesn't matter really, and maybe it scares some people away because people don't understand what asexuality is, and there's different forms of it. Everyone that's asexual is different. So it's like, some people are more sexual than others on the asexual spectrum. And there's actually people called gray ace where they have some form of sexual attraction, but it's not fully, there. So it's just, I just don't want it on my Facebook because it's just, I don't know, man. I have some family members on my Facebook now, and it's just kind of awkward that they'll probably see that. But I feel like I gotta put it on there for anyone. It's kind of like advertising yourself in a way, because I don't want to, get so many girls and then they leave because they wanted more sex. I want to be up front about it. But maybe, I heard that saying that is, will, throw some people off. And it's like, do I rather have a bunch of heartbreak, but a bunch of chances, or do I, get that special someone and advertise myself? So I'm thinking about keeping it up at the same time. I don't know right now, to be honest, but I'm the same person. I'm the same person as I was before I came out. It just, an orientation doesn't make a person. That's what I'm saying. And the having the asexual thing there, I'm letting people know I'm not getting in your pants. That's what I was saying. It's I don't know how else to say it. That's what it means.
Being open has advantages and disadvantages. Sexuals that know I'm amazed might not be a fan of it. At least there's no heartbreak or damage.
That's exactly what I was saying earlier.
I've been so insecure I can't stand it. No disrespect to LBGQIA plus A+. Cause right now my life's a 52 card pickup.
I was so scared of what the LGBTQIA plus community would think, even if I spoke about it, because I was so scared. I'm an indecisive person a lot of the time, but I know who I am and like the way I am. So, but my anxiety gets to me all the time, where it goes through my head, and I was really scared I was looking for validation because I didn't want anyone thinking that I was lying, and I wouldn't have any reason to lie and go in this month's death about. You know what I mean? It's I don't need people's validation. I realize that now because you can't. I was trying to explain to people, hey, the way I am and why it's still valid, and I'm like, that's I was so insecure, like I said, and you know, the LGBTQIA plus community isn't like searching for like, oh my gosh, you're fake this or fake that. Obviously, if it's proven or if it's obvious, but they they're not out there trying to like disown you from the group. You know what I mean? And just because I'm out, maybe that doesn't even mean like technically I'm a part of it, but I'm not really. It's just one of those things. I don't. There's not any rallies I can go around here. Like the rally every month. They're probably not going to have it because of 2020. You know what's happening now, but I just it's like saying you're a part of it. Okay, if you're not a part of it, okay, it's just I was having that problem, like wondering like since I am technically a part of it, I wasn't making the connection that you don't have to associate with something, and it's just I don't know. Like I said, I don't. It's like whether I do or don't, I'm not gonna have much influence at all, unless people hear my music and relate to it. That's the influence I have. I don't go to rallies. I just and after this, like I said, after this video, I'm not gonna talk about it as much. It's just I just do my own thing,
Pick up. I'm new to this, and I don't wanna ever give up. Give up.
I was so insecure that, like I said, I was afraid that they'd be like, "Oh, you're not asexual. Prove it." That was how insecure I was, and I'm like, you get out of this community. It's not like that at all.
I'm scared, overthinking that I won't ever live up, no.
You know what's really cool? People that reacted to this song took that message there in a different way than what I meant, Of course, I'm talking about my mental health there, and that's how some of these reactors have taken it that way. Let me show you some takes.
I'm scared, overthinking that I won't ever live up.
I'm scared, overthinking that I won't ever live up. Like, live up to what? Like, expectations of who? You ain't gotta live up to your listeners' expectations. You ain't gotta live up to my expectations. You don't have to live up to your parents' expectations. You gotta live up to your expectations.
I'm scared, overthinking that I won't ever live up.
Tired. Overthinking, I'll never live up. Tired of overthinking, I'll never live up. Definitely have those moments.
I'm glad someone was able to take a different message. It kind of was about mental health, but it was a mental health about, being asexual. Maybe I'm just being too picky on it. But CJ got it right on the nose.
Right now my life's a 52 card pickup.
I like how he used that kind of like to describe his sexuality. If you don't know, he's asexual. So like he's just having a hard time trying to define who he is. So like right now, or like what I'm picking up is like his inner self is just kind of like going through these problems, and it's a mess, just like a game of 52 card pickup. I like that. I like that. Let's get back to it.
But also understand if, people don't want to talk about it. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Getting offensive, they got my orientation wrong. It was drenched all over my intro, now I hate this song. I sound condescending, everyone's just open ears.
Yeah, there's this one guy messaging me, and he was like, "Oh, so you're gay then?" I'm like, "No." I mean, like, I can let that brush off, like, my shoulders now, but when I first came out, I was really defensive because, well, let's just say you got, like, say you're straight and you're being called gay. Would you like that? I don't think you'd like that. Or if you were gay being called straight, it's I'm sure it was a misunderstanding, because again, asexuality is not broadly known, or he just didn't know the information. But I still got defensive, and I'm talking about saying it was in my intro. Yes, a part of it was like being upset about people not understanding, but like I said, it was more of an inner turmoil than anything. So, but yeah, it's like everyone has been really open. When I came out in April, I can appreciate. I appreciate that a lot. Everyone has been wonderful. All likes. I can't appreciate that. No, you know what I meant to say. I'm off the script right now. everyone's been so supportive. I can't appreciate. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, man. Yeah, everyone's been open ears, so, maybe it's just asking, some people don't quite know. If you see a guy dating another guy, what's your automatic response? Oh, they're gay, right? Well, they could be bi, they could be, there's so many different things they can be. They could be biromantic. My point is that you don't know just looking, and it shouldn't matter. But those mistakes happen. Those misunderstandings happen all the time. And that was the same way to when he said, "Oh, you're gay then." I'm learning that those things are going to happen, and, whatever you want to call me, just don't call me late for dinner. Shout out to my friend Sam back in middle school. I stole his joke once, and then he said, "Don't steal my joke," so I'm crediting him. Sam from middle school. If you're watching this, you're welcome.
I used to criticize Pride for that, now I'm the one broken here.
No, understandably, I'd get upset when... Actually, there was a situation where I said dude. I called someone dude, and it was a girl, and she was upset with that. And I remember getting so upset that I'm like, I call everyone dude, but to her it was like she was going through some stuff, and she didn't want to be called a dude, even though she knows what I'm saying. It still hurt her, and at the time I'm like, oh, come on, you know what I mean. But you know what happened? The same situation happened to me when I was called gay. So I completely understand now that, if you get the stuff wrong, it can hurt. It can hurt, especially when you come out. So, it's just one of those things. It's I didn't quite understand until now. And I don't like offending people.
Forgive me, people's opinions change over time. Find the preference that fits you, you're never over the line. No pun intended, I'm proud I'm Mason by romantic.
Proud, pride, like, gay pride. So, yeah, it was a play on words. Yeah.
Social norms pushed down my feelings for guys damn quick. Felt part of me was suppressed. Back in school, nerves were a mess. I want to redo with less embarrassment. Say yes to the guy I stared at relentless.
It was kind of like breakfast. You could go and eat something with your friends. I couldn't stop staring at this one guy, and another classmate tried to set him up with me, and we almost actually dated, but I wasn't ready to accept that part of myself yet. So I got really defensive, and I got really embarrassed, and told him I wasn't gay. So again, that's the wrong term, because technically that term would be bi if I was, but what I mean. I've been asexual all my life, but the term back then, when I didn't know I was asexual, would have been bi. Anyway, yeah, I can see why people are confused. Yeah, but the worst part about it was that I was kind of, coming out a little bit to a group of friends, and one of those friends decided to try to set me up with another guy, and that's what made me most mad, because I never told him to do anything. That was like going from to 0 to 100 really quick, and in his eyes, he could have seen it as, he was trying to help me out, but that was like, you go from, I think some guys are attractive, to, let's get you a boyfriend. It's just, especially when you're hating that part of yourself, and you're finally realizing that,
I was just getting out my shyness. I was finally asking girls out, but I digress. If only I knew the feelings were natural. Maybe if I didn't grow up in a Christian household.
Christians have a belief. It's getting a lot better, but there's still the belief with Christian households that being gay is wrong, because it's taught to Christian households, people in Christian households, and it's technically in the Bible and all that. I'm not like, I'm in a rock and a hard place when I talk about this, because I don't want to skew from the Bible in its message. Even though I disagree that it shouldn't matter. This is what I say. There's so many things in this life that we do that is against the Bible. If you swearing, adultery. So if you if you're married and then you look at porn, look at that. Oh, masturbation. That leads me. That's a sin. Oh, so am I gonna stop masturbating? Hell no. Seriously? Being gay is natural, just like masturbating. It's just, I know, and asexuals can masturbate, alright? It's depending on the person, alright? I know that was gonna come up. But my point is, that suppressed my feelings, because it was taught that was wrong. No, it's not. No, it's not. Maybe it is. I don't know. I just can't imagine. I just don't want to. This is hard. Because as a Christian, I don't want to preach like wrong things, but what's the harm? Just like beating it. What is the harm? What is the harm?
Find the colors that fit you.
A lot of the reactors did pick up on the message that I was trying to convey, that just to be yourself.
Find the colors that fit you. If you
Find the colors that fit you. Find the colors that fit you. That's a real ass statement, man. You know? You don't gotta wear the colors of others. You know, you don't gotta fit in. You're gonna fit in just by being you.
There's other places in this song that people took it as, you're just with your emotions versus, reactors took it as emotions versus the sexuality part.
everyone's different, so don't judge yourself.
Everyone's different, so don't judge yourself. I judge myself all the motherfucking time, but yeah.
But going back to the original line about find the color that fit you. However, I also meant with that line colors, like gay pride. And find your colors, meaning finding your sexual orientation. And if that means, people keep trying to say that, oh, you're bi, but you're actually straight. Stay straight. That's your orientation. And it's because, like, it's scary. Some people will try to force stuff out of you and try to tell you, like, your orientation as a kid growing up. Yeah, so it's really hard trying to find it yourself when you're constantly being told you're gay and using the gay slurs at you. That was me. That was literally me. People kept drilling in my head I was gay. Kept drilling it to the point where I tried coming out to my dad. I was saying I was gay when I was 15, and my dad was like, "You're not," because again, I used the wrong term. Would have been more understandable if it was bi, because you remember that song by Macklemore, 5th grade. I thought I was gay, and he told his mom, and she told him, you like girls since pre-K, so I really felt that song because of that, because when I was 15 and I tried to come out, he didn't believe me at all, because it was the wrong, I said gay instead of bi. But just my point is, man, it's just find it, be confident in it, and don't let others tell you what you are and what you're not.
If you miss a few boxes, no issue.
I'm saying that if you find the sexuality that fits you the best, even if you miss a couple boxes, if it fits you the best, use it. Because every single person is different, and that goes with their sexuality.
Everyone's different, so don't judge yourself.
Oh, wow. I would have just waited. The song explains it itself.
You know your colors, don't trust anyone else.
Don't trust anyone else's words. You know yourself best. Even if you're figuring yourself out, you'll come to a conclusion sooner or later. But the thing is, you can't let other people tell you, like, just because you're asexual to think this way, this way, this way, or any other sexuality, or anything in your life. You gotta stick true to you. Stay true to you. And this album was all about my insecurities of, other people, wondering what other people think. It's hard to worry about what other people think, but at the same time want their opinion. It's because when I was first coming out, I wanted everyone's opinion on it, but at the same time, I wanted their opinion to match what, how I am and not, mess with it. But at the same time, it's like, I never had that struggle. It was just, I was constantly worried that people were gonna tell me I was, fake ace or whatever. That I was, a fraud or whatever. No. It's, no one can tell you, how you are besides yourself, because you know yourself best. That took a long time for that one. Let's move on to the next song. Believe it or not, this is Country Trap. Yeah, I decided to switch things up with this beat. I did not tell Timothy because if he knew it was Country Trap, he wouldn't have felt it. But he, I made it work. There's a lot of things that Timothy, aka the listener, doesn't like, but if I have my hands in it, he ends up liking it. So that's the magic beef touch, you know what I mean? But this beat is of course it's sad sounding. It was more, I wanted that sad sounding feeling, and country music has a lot of music that's sad, so I thought this was the best way to do it. Plus it still sounds like a rap song at the same time, which was perfect. What I wanted to do. I listened to a song that Nick shared me, my buddy Nick, and it had a country rap beat to it. I'm like, this is so cool. Let me try. Check this song out if you're if you're not totally against country, because this is an awesome song.
For sex, am I building the taste? So maybe now I'm gray ace? Nah, I'm scared of sex. I always played safe.
This song, play it safe, doesn't mean a condom. This song was a what if song. I was asking myself, what if I was gray ace? Gray ace, like I said earlier, is asexuals that sometimes feel sexual, attraction. And yeah, so I was figuring out, like, maybe, hopefully I'm gray ace, so I was scared that, and this song was about being scared that women wouldn't want to be around me, or a guy, either or, because I didn't want to have sex. So, yeah, that's, because I'm asexual, that, I'll explain it later, on more in detail, but yeah.
She mentioned sex and my dick stayed straight. It's so confusing.
I have a friend, and she was like, explaining to someone else, like, that she was, we were friends too long to have the sex, and I ended up getting an erection off of that. Now, that was confusing because, asexual, but, asexuals can have respond to stimulus like that, so, but it's actually really asexual because she mentioned that we're not gonna have sex. And, like, we're not gonna have sex? Ooh. That's asexual, man. Definitely.
My uncle used to scare me about sexual diseases. Maybe that played a part in my asthesis.
This part of the song, I'm trying to figure myself out why I'm asexual. I'm done trying to figure myself out, and I am the way I am. But, I that did scare me as a kid. I took, actually that's coming, so I'll just wait. My uncle did, always talked about, be careful or, be safe. But that actually, like, really scared me for doing it. So, yeah. That, I'm always going to be asexual, but I feel like that made me more on the repulsed end of it. Being a repulsed asexual means that you're scared, or that sex disgusts you, and you refuse altogether. So I think I'm leaning towards that end. You know what I mean? But anyway.
I'm way too serious. Drug PSAs tore me to pieces.
I was just giving an example on how serious I took stuff because all the drug PSAs I saw in school, like, made me never want to touch drugs ever, which is great.
And you have to marry them, or it's against God and Jesus. And with this hookup culture, I just feel defeated.
But, when you're taught that having sex is wrong until marriage, that messed me up too. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get into morals here. You can believe whatever you want, but yeah. It's so hard to do it the traditional way nowadays with this hookup culture. In that part of the song, I was being kind of sarcastic. Like, oh, you have to marry him against God and Jesus. Like, I'm sorry. God forgive me. It's just, it's getting harder and harder, like I said, to do that. And it scares me to get married, so, scares me for everything. Everything's scaring me in this world.
If they just sleep around, yeah, condom isn't fucking needed. Maybe get an STD test and you'll get this penis.
Of course, more sarcasm. Please stay safe, everyone. But, I literally heard a rumor that this person didn't take STD tests. So I told her up front, hey, unless you take an STD test, we're not doing anything. You know what I mean? And asexuals can have sex too. You know what I mean? It's just, we don't have the attraction there. That's the huge difference. So it's not important to me. So, but, if she took the test, she came, like, I would have no problem. But I would have been scared. I would like to take it slow, of course, but hey, whatever. It's like, I didn't mean to sound rude there. It did sound more rude, but honestly, like, have respect for me, hookup culture doesn't have respect. People don't, STD test themselves, it's like, when someone's slept around before, you don't want to risk it, So it's like, I'm sorry if I'm being rude, but I'm being assertive, Take an STD test. Like, I'm not trying to be like, shaming her or anything. Because, have sex as much as you want. It's a free country. But when it comes to my body and whatever you picked up from sleeping around, I'm not risking it. I'm really not.
Everyone's addicted to sex. I don't want to be next. Addicted personality. Maybe I'll be alright. Asexuals can have sex too. I looked it up online.
I have an addictive personality, and even though I'm asexual, like, if I get addicted to it, like, the feeling, like, there's a feeling to sex that everyone gets, you know what I mean? It's a natural human feeling in your genital area. And my cock! So, but yeah, that's just, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a natural response to stimuli, or whatever, however you call it. But my point is, like, you know, I have an addictive personality, so I'd end up, you know, getting addicted to sex. Like, I guarantee you it. You know.
I don't want to be ace if I'm living a lie. Maybe it's just I'm too scared to give it a try.
That's the thing. I was questioning my asexuality in the song, and seeing if I had sexual attraction. We'll get to that, but that's, like I said, asexuals can have sex too. It has nothing to do with, you know, if you have sex and, oh my gosh, you're automatically not asexual anymore. I have been asexual whether I knew it or not in my life, my entire life. That's just who I am and the way I am. That's my orientation. You know, but, you know, like, just giving it a try doesn't make me any different. You know what I mean? I'm still going to be asexual, even though, like I said, asexuals can have sex.
I don't mean for the reshuffle in communities. I want no trouble.
When you shuffle cards, you look at the cards in a different way. So that was me saying that I'm gathering myself together to, you know, from before, and I'm saying, hey, again, I'm insecure. I don't want any trouble. Ace, ace is short for the asexuality spectrum. I'm like, I don't want no trouble. I'm not, you know, I was so insecure that, you know, the line before it was, you know, I don't want to be ace if I'm living a lie. I was so scared, you know. It's like, it's, you know, I wasn't confident yet in my orientation at that time. And, hey, you know, I think everyone coming out deals with that.
All my life I've lived in a bubble. I wanna see if I have sexual attraction and if it's enough to.
Living in a bubble, I've lived in a Christian household, and I love my dad, but he worries a lot about me, and he doesn't allow me to go out and experience things, you know, and that's fine. My mom was kind of like that too, so I never really got to do much, you know, especially in a small town. I've lived in a bubble. I've lived in, like, a bit of an echo chamber, where, you know, not too many people know about asexuality, and that's fine. I didn't know about it either, so I figured it out. But just my point is that I was, you know, I was so ashamed of the way I was. I wanted to have sexual attraction so I could, you know, see if I can have sex with people. You know what I mean? To make them, so I can get in normal relationships, and that's something. It is gonna affect it. People are gonna see the asexual, and then, you know, they're gonna think, oh, you know, well, he doesn't want sex, or, well, whatever. I mean, it's gonna happen, but, you know, the right person's gonna come, and like I said earlier, I think I said it earlier, I don't know, it's been a while, but I am the way I am, and it's good to find people the way I am, and skip all the people that it's not going to be a good fit for, and just be honest.
I'm overthinking again, trying to fit in boxes. Last thing I wanna be is a fraudulent. Maybe I'm sexual repulsed, I don't want it. But saying a virgin makes me astonished.
Again, I was not aware that asexuals can have sex too, and that doesn't make you less asexual. But yeah, I was definitely overthinking it. I was stressing out because I'm the type of person that's like, I have to, for that type of stuff. I think I said it before too, but I have to be, um, you know, I have trouble fitting in boxes as it is because I'm out there as a person. So you know, but I everyone is different. So yeah, I does it does scare me still, but um, if the situation rises, I don't see a problem with it. I will be really nervous, but that's for any first time, and maybe that's just part of being a virgin. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Labels aren't for fitting them, but fitting us.
Again, kind of like I was saying, should have just kept listening to the song.
Girl wanted to give me a BJ, but I couldn't get it up.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself some credit here. She literally said, "Go get yourself ready," and I literally had to jerk it in a corner to like, I jerk it a lot, so like that probably like emptied my whole ball sack. You know what I mean? Just completely drained it by the. I had no idea this was gonna happen today. If I knew that was gonna happen today, I would have just not did it. You know what I mean? But so with no foreplay, she was expecting me to get hard. You know what I mean? Then again, foreplay is like difficult to begin with. But this girl was slept around. So maybe it's good that I didn't get a BJ from her.
Your boobs and butt, I don't really give a fuck. That shit will have the ladies living enough.
Now, don't get me wrong. I get it. They look cool. I have a static. Boobs look cool. Butts look cool. No, but I have asexuals have anyway. They can have. I don't know about everyone, but I do. And a static attraction is saying, "Oh, that's attractive," and yeah, so it has nothing to do with sexuality. So like I get it, like I get it, but I don't quite get it. Like I can see how people like. How do I explain this? It's like, okay, it's like let's just pretend I don't like football. And it's like, yes, I can see the appeal to it, but I don't like football personally. That's a great way to explain it. And that's a concern to girls or guys will be like, you don't like me then. Like, no, it's not like that. I just I don't like anyone sexually anyway. You know what I mean? It's just it's not you, it's me. But it's not you. It's my fucking genitals don't work right. I need to stop talking about my genitals. Oh my god, sorry guys. But you know what I mean? I just gotta tell them, hey, I'm asexual, it's nothing against you. And some will understand, some will don't. Whatever. If they don't, hey, there's someone else out there for you. Blame my genitals, girl or guy.
Yeah, I'm ace, but I'm still coming to grips with it. I bet I could have sex and be a dad with kids and shit. Just cause I'm ace doesn't mean I'm limited. Sex is important to me, but I could live a bit.
Which is very true. Like I said, like once, you know, I do it for the first time, I might not be as scared anymore. So, yeah, and I'm perfectly okay with having kids. I'm okay with if a partner wanted kids with me. I'd do it. I'd do it. Yeah. But I did that or something. And okay. All right. Yeah. You know, it might be a bit more challenging for me, but you know, I might be able to do it.
Nah, being ace is lack of sexual attraction. Full play is uncomfortable, no satisfaction. I truly have no interest for any action. That's part of ace 2. Overthinking is why I'm masking.
So, yeah, that's the thing, man. I had no idea where I was going with that. But yeah, like I said, like, you know, I was going through a lot and thinking that way. And, you know, I may be it may be true, it may not be true. You don't know until you try. So.
And I know there's nothing wrong with me, but if I don't, oh please, maybe they'll want to leave.
You know, I don't want to quote every single time these guys get something right or wrong as reactors, because I'm trying to get this video up, but It's a Rapio said it perfectly in his review, or reaction.
And the fact that you lack sexual attraction doesn't make you any less of a person. And if a female doesn't understand that, she's not the right one for you, you know? She's not the right one for you. There's somebody out here for everybody, bro.
And I know that I've seen in the ace community that saying, oh, you haven't found the right one yet, applying to sex is a big trigger to a lot of people, because it's, you know, it's the fact that it's we just don't have sexual attraction. But what he was saying was different, because he was applying it to the relationship, and that is 100% true. And you know, hey, you know, whether it's a female or a male, man. But I just want to add that detail in there. But yeah, by romantic, whatever. It's I have to give this guy a lot of props, because you know, he was really uncomfortable throughout, you know, reacting to it. So I gotta thank him for, you know, reacting to what he did from the EP.
Only open is lonely in the towns around me.
Honestly, don't think that you have to be ace to date me. I don't think that's like a mandatory thing. It's just either someone that really understands, because maybe even sometimes that, you know, you know, some asexuals do kind of like certain things, and if that person doesn't like that certain thing, and that other person doesn't like that certain thing, like vice versa, like, you know, because, you know, aces are picky. So if you get two picky people in a relationship where this is okay, well, but that's not okay, but this is okay, that might be a problem. So it's just finding someone that's understanding, whether they're ace or not. That's my opinion now. My opinion changed on that.
Yeah, just work on my sound to surround me, yeah.
Music, anyway. Refresher on this lyric. I want to see if I have sexual attraction and if it's enough, though.
I Wanna see if I have sexual attraction and if it's enough though.
But then, later, at the end of the song, I changed the lyric to, if I don't have sexual attraction, is that enough though? So it was more of a negative take and less hopeful, because I'm in denial that I lack sexual attraction.
If I don't have sexual attraction, is it enough though? If I don't have sexual attraction, is it enough though?
For this next song on the EP, I like it how I just started it with a huge entrance and then just had a chill beat. I didn't have like a, energetic beat. I just thought it was kind of funny how I did that. Now, this beat is bittersweet, and you can kind of tell because the beat does feel at acceptance in a way, but at the same time I do rap about not being fully accepting of it yet.
Yeah, you know I'm asexual. Y'all might relate to this one better. It's hard being your friend because of my feelings. I want to tell you that's how I deal with things. You're happy with your boyfriend, never found the proper time. Anytime you're with him, I don't want to cross your line.
I wanted to make sure that I said this song perfectly with the lyrics, and because, I was feeling upset, but it wasn't her fault. So I wanted to make sure that... Sorry, my mouth is watering. I'm eating fries. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I said this perfectly. But this person does get out in relationships a lot, so yeah, that's why I never really found the proper time, and I never found the courage to ask her. And by that time, she found someone else. So it's like, maybe it's good that I'm not getting into a relationship with someone that's in and out of a relationship, because I've been in the same situation in high school where I would break up with someone else and then date someone else. You're just, maybe not ready for a relationship, but you're still dating anyway, and you're just going from person to person. I've definitely been there, so I don't mean any disrespect by that.
It's not your fault, you never heard how I feel, but I'm sick of feeling like the third wheel.
Not her fault, but when you have feelings for someone and you're hanging out with them and their boyfriend, yeah, it really gets to you. It really does.
My feelings continue to hurt for real, so I'ma lay low cause I prefer to heal.
She actually did get upset with me because I wasn't talking to her much anymore, and she had no idea that I like her. I'm not interested. Like, there's a difference between liking someone and being interested in dating them. I'm not interested in dating her, but I still somewhat have feelings for her. It's a lot better since I haven't seen her in a while, but I'm sure they'll start back up again if I'm around her. But just the point is, man, she has no idea, and I'm not blaming any of this on her for her, bringing her boyfriend along and saying, hey, let's hang out, all three of us. So
I'm scared to love again. That's why I wanna be friends.
That makes me feel like there's something wrong with me, that I just don't jump into relationships. But it's a smart way. And if someone really wants to get to know you, and you don't, and they don't just want to jump into a relationship with you, and you get to know the person more, and then you get in a relationship, it works out, like, it tends to work out more than the other way. Sometimes you get lucky, man. It's like, hey, let's date. Like, I don't know anything about. I've been there, man. I've been there. Honestly, I don't do that anymore, but I remember that. Hey, girl, you want to date? All right, let's try. Give it a try.
'Cause you're single, then it ends. I'm too slow. 'Cause I'm on the fence.
I was internalizing it, thinking that I was too slow, but like I said, she was rushing into relationships, and hey, if that's what she wants to do, she can go right ahead and do it. I'm just saying that that gives more context to the song. I kind of manipulated it and made myself sound worse, so this person sounded better. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't sound like a jerk, you know what I mean?
She's taken by emotions, made me write this. I let her go, but wanted her despite it.
That's something I don't like about myself because I'm very indecisive. Wait, no, I'm not. Yeah. Am I you think I'm indecisive? Oh, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. So, it's hard to make any choices, especially when this person is, again, always, unavailable. And for the moment she is, I didn't act on it. And now it's like, whatever. I'm over it.
I told you how relationships made me nervous. I'ma go fish 'cause I'm happy your relationship's working.
In the game Go Fish is getting a new card or finding someone else in your life that's new to possibly build a relationship around. So another play on words with cards.
Maybe being asexual would have been a burden. Maybe sex isn't the reason I closed the curtain.
This is a metaphor. Closing the curtain, it's a double entendre actually. When you close a curtain for sex, you close the curtain so the neighbors don't see you. But also closing the curtain, or I was thinking about Eminem's like curtain call, where it closed the curtains. That's like the end. Of a better example would be a play or something like that. But closing the curtain, like Eminem used that metaphor a lot too. That's what I was trying to say.
All I know is I didn't tell her how I feel, that's for certain. Maybe it's better 'cause I wasn't that determined.
It ended up working out because when you wait for a relationship, you can, everyone has flaws, and waiting for a relationship can help you see those person's flaws. And her particular flaws could be some other people's strength. It could be her strengths to somebody else. A different person can see what I see is like, flaws from her. Other people could see his strengths. But I'm glad I waited. Let's just say that. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm honestly trying to be diplomatic about this. So I'm just an honest person.
Maybe you were never crushing on me, 'cause I'll never ask to know if you was.
Exactly. I don't want to, I know there's not as much of a friendship now, but I still don't want to ruin our friendship for the fact that, I told her how I felt. I just get awkward, and that might get her to, to push herself on me when, if I'm going to take the initiative, and if I'm certain about it, that's what I'm going to tell people. I'm not going to tell someone I'm indecisive on,
I live in my own fantasy land, 'cause my anxiety gets out of hand.
That goes with just my mental health in general. I live in my own fantasy land. I'm on YouTube. Even though it's real, it's still not the real world. You know what I mean? I try to escape it as much as possible. But at the same time, like, my crushes end up being on people that I don't know quite well yet. And then as I know the person more and more, the crush seems to fade. And whether it's because I learn other stuff about them, or it's some sort of, there's different types of romantic attractions out there. I'm sure there's a specific romantic attraction in the asexual spectrum that fits me best, but it's just, I don't want to get too complicated with this, honestly. And, if it makes sense to you guys, and, whoever, if you're asexual and you're watching this and it makes sense to you, that's great. It just gets so confusing with all these stuff, all this stuff, different, I mean. And now, the last song on the album, EP, whatever.
The way doesn't even matter. I'm done explaining, I'm done with the chatter. Scepter and don't, if you choose a ladder, take you out, thanks for the blabber.
The way I am doesn't even matter, being asexual. I'm done explaining, I'm done with the chatter. I'm saying this is the last song. I'm done talking about it. After this, I'm not nearly going to talk about it as much, unless I absolutely have to make a EP part 2. But I don't think I'm going to do that ever. Accept it or don't. If you choose the latter, kick you out, thanks for the blabber. So there's like 3 parts to this. It goes for relationships. If you accept it, that's awesome. If you don't accept asexuality, kick you out, thanks for the blabber. 2, friends. If my friends don't accept the way I am, I'm gonna kick them out. Number 3, a ladder is a play on words with a ladder. Choose a ladder. That means choose a ladder. Like, just imagine we're on the 2nd story home and we're both in the same house, or some people call it the bus. You choose who you want to associate with, or who's in your house. So I'm like, if you choose the ladder, or if you don't want to accept the way I am, kick you out. Thanks for the blabber. Kick you out of the window. Like out of my house. There's an actual ladder up to the 2nd floor. Just kick you out. Not literally, but yeah, you know what I mean. I have one friend that doesn't believe in asexuality. It's just fine. At the time, I was angry. At the time, I'm like, how dare you not think how I do? But honestly, they don't have to believe. They don't have to believe in asexuality. Everyone in my life has accepted me the way I am, even if they don't believe in asexuality. And that's all I can ask for, just respect. And everyone's shown that. But when someone tries to understand but doesn't believe in it, and they're like, you're asexual, but I don't believe in that, but you're still asexual. That's, accept it or don't. That's what it means. Accept it or don't. And it's, I was more extreme in the song, obviously, because I was upset. I made asexuality me. I talked about it so much on this channel. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, after this, I'm going to get everything out of me about being asexual and not talk about it nearly as much. I keep saying it, and I mean it.
I'm playing solitaire. My life's solitaire. Solitaire. Yeah.
For dramatic effect, this song has an underlying dark message. And that message is the lines you just heard. Change the word solitaire to alone. I'm playing alone. I forget my own lyrics. Hold on. My life is alone. Alone. Yeah. And, of course, I'm playing on the card game because of Ace EP, all about cards. You know, because Ace, like the Ace card, also Asexuality. I didn't specify that earlier anyway, but yeah, I wanted to make a metaphor with that, and it kind of helped, you know, uh, hide the dark message too, because of the happy beat. I just wanted to do that. Be more descript. To be more. You know, you have to look into it more. And you know, maybe my music's so straightforward most of the time, so I wanted to do that.
I came out, now I'm keeping it to myself, cause opinions try to weaken my health.
Well, I mean, it is still a sensitive subject with me. I think, it's still, it's gonna be sensitive for a while. It's not nearly as sensitive anymore. But, like, as I continue to, like, learn the way I am and have more confidence, I won't get this defensive, and that's just me being defensive in this song. Honestly, I honestly, like, yeah.
I was trying to be out, now I'm devastated. With being ace and fat dating, I'm done explaining it.
Some questions that all the time asexuals are asked. Will this affect dating? I'm done explaining it. So I'm saying, maybe I'm saying that in quotations. You can look at it that way, or you can think of it as, me asking myself that. Like, done explaining it to myself.
Being honest, I'm probably just bound sexually. Further just confused as I was eventually.
I am way behind sexually. That's that can be part of it too. I'm asexual, but I'm behind. That's normal. It's natural. Anyway. Yeah, I'm explaining it there. What I just explained. Friends were just as confused as I was. And that's I've learned that's no reason to like take it as any personal attack against me. It's just asexuality isn't very known at all, so
Ace means I don't have sexual attraction. Shit, girls will think I just don't want to date them. That's inaccurate.
yeah. I do gotta admit that this is again kind of repetitive with the topics, because not only is it about the same subject, it's the same discussion. And honestly, like, I've gotten some constructive criticism about that, and I didn't notice it until you know they said that. But honestly, like, this EP is going to be really helpful for someone, or people won't quite get it, and that's perfectly fine with me. I needed something to vent about when I came out. I needed to vent about it really badly. So, and that was the last song, because I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't need to complain about this anymore. I'm feeling more confident about myself.
Fuck this label if it's ruining my chances. Fuck this label for ruining romances. But I just say I'm straight, it's less confusion. Ace fits me better, so enjoy the seclusion.
Yeah, people do kind of get turned off, literally turned off, because I'm not having sex with them. When they hear I'm asexual, you know what I mean? So, but again, I'm gonna find the right one when understands and was okay with it. Just being honest, you know what I mean? And sooner or later, this asexuality stuff is gonna hit the mainstream a lot harder, and there's gonna be a lot more people coming out soon. I guarantee you it. till then, I'll just have to be, you know, patient because, you know, just wait for those new people coming out. Or, like I said earlier, people that understand more. It doesn't have to be asexual people. And that's another point that I repeated again that I was afraid of. Yeah, I'm glad this EP ended, Ben.
Just enjoying the solitary confinement. Playing solitaire is another remindment. Just enjoying the solitary confinement. Playing solitaire is another remindment.
I turned on the lights just to do this. No, my stepmom was in the room, but do. So, like the context I gave earlier, just enjoying the solitary confinement, aka 2020, but also, being alone, not having a relationship. But the next line, playing solitaire is another remindment, or playing alone, or playing life alone. That's what it means, when I say playing solitaire, that means playing alone. Playing the game of life alone. Not the actual game of life, but you know what I mean.
Just enjoying the solitary confinement. Playing solitaire is another remindment. The end doesn't even matter.
And the hook plays again, and it has a different feel to it because I talk about, being asexual is gonna affect me, and then the hook plays up again and says the way I am doesn't even matter. So it is some sort of hope in this song that that it truly doesn't matter, my sexuality. So, it's what's on the inside that counts,
Someone will understand, a special lady or man. Someone will understand. Someday I'll understand if having sex is a can or can. Someday I'll understand. It's between your partners when you know each other. If they don't understand, it's not God's plan.
So this bridge was more hopeful. It really was. It was taught by just people around me that love me and told me that it doesn't matter. It's you are you. You're not your sexuality. And honestly, it's a real struggle for anyone coming out. It really is because when you just come out, you're really sensitive about it, and looking back, it's just like I now just I'm getting so much better. Like the 3 weeks ago that this song was out, like I've just grown that much in my confidence of myself, and it's so I just want to thank everyone, like, for 500 subscribers, 507 now, but just thank, like, accepting me, because it's just sometimes I don't accept myself. Like the song I dropped, I hate this world, I hate myself more, but this is just an appetizer. And this last song ends with just the hook repeating again, with me stuck in my head, thinking like I'm still alone. It doesn't matter. Like the way I am doesn't even matter. I'm done explaining. I'm done with, like, no, I'm playing the part where just saying I'm playing solitaire, my life solitaire, like my life's alone. So even though I'm hopeful, I'm still alone, So that's the song, you know. It's and that's the whole EP. Like, I hope you enjoyed this review. I know I'm a little jumbly right now, but I'm going off of a script. No, actually, I don't have a script. I'm not going off of a script. I'm not going on a script. You know what I mean. I love y'all guys. I love y'all. I love each and every one of you. And I'm glad I can entertain you. And just, wow. It's getting faster and faster that I'm hitting these milestones. This channel is booming, man. This is awesome, guys. Like, thanks for helping my dream. Thank you so much. Without you guys, there'll be no one that watches it. You know? Five. I never really, like, you know, dawned on it yet. 500 people. 507 now. I don't want to exclude you. 507 people decided, this is a channel I'd like to see more of and watch. And I'll subscribe. That's insane. It's truly insane. It humbles me. You know, I say all the time, oh, I wish I had more, but, you know, that's normal. That's why I keep going, to get to more loving people like you. It's honestly, like, I love y'all. Especially watching this whole video. This has been a long video, but anyway, on that note, admitting that it's been a long video, but before y'all go, you know, I'll put links in the description to everyone I mentioned in this video, also to my new song, so you can check it out. Check it out. Joey Badass. check me out. Anyway, man. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you when you watch me again, metaphorically.
The hand doesn't even matter. I'm done explaining. I'm done with the chatter. Scepter dome. If you choose a ladder, cake you out. Thanks for the blabber. I'm playing solitaire. My life's solitaire. Solitaire.